Hello everybody, Mahdi Vahedian is here. We are here again for another video. This video is about the homework that I gave it to you about the text analyzer, and I'm trying to explain it in this video as fast as possible. It will take some time, but I'm trying to make it as short as possible. So here is the file that I sent it to you, and it says everything in it, like how it's gonna look like, how it's gonna be, and everything. So this is the look of the form. So how does it look like? So from here I'm gonna actually fast forward until the coding is actually gonna start. So I'm just gonna design it, and then we're gonna talk about it. So let's go. Okay, so now that design is finished, so now we're going to the coding part. So first, the logic, it says that if the text here would be empty, I don't want that any of our operation happening. So I want actually to give an error. So when I click analyze in here, as usual, we're saying not 1 equal, 2 equal. So we're saying actually this is the, as you could see, this is the shorter part of doing this. If you see it, when mbox, I'm putting mbox, okay, and double tap on it, it will actually automatically build it. It's actually cool stuff to making the process faster, to type faster. So please enter the text, and here I want to show at the caption error and message box button dot OK and message box icon dot error, for example. Okay, so that's this thing. Else, okay, in this part it will actually our code that it's gonna happen. First of all, I needed this, like number of letters and length of the text, right? So length of the text, it doesn't contain any trimming or anything, just the whole length. It doesn't matter how big it is. So with spaces, numbers, signs, and everything. So the thing that I can do, the first thing that I want is take that one because it's the easiest one. So L and the big L length dot text is equals to text box 1 text dot length. And actually it's better that here doing like this: string txt equals to text box 1 dot text. Let's do it like this, and then I'm putting txt. If txt was equals to this, and here also put txt dot length. dot to string, of course, because it should be a string. So this is first, and then I want to make a space. You know, the other things that I need is this start or finished with space and number of letters and words, as you know. Now let's move to that. So I will start by writing the method for starting with a space or finishing with a space or both. So for that, I know which tool that I'm gonna use. That's very simple, but let's write a method for that. So I want a string as output, and I need it to be public because it's obvious. String, let's put a name on it, start or finish with space, for example. It's actually very big name, but whatever. String s. I'll just make a string s here. So as you can see, it's red because I didn't define any output for it yet, so that's why I gonna actually have it. So now let's start it with this. I need just 3 ifs, right? So if s dot start with, as we explained, that is gonna start with or end with. Start with this. Why I have this error? Because it's for character, but this function will take string, as I showed you about difference between that single quotation or double quotation. So okay, if it starts with, and right now I want to say and end with, it means both. So I put it, I will put and s dot end with. So this is actually, let's say there is, I think, yeah, I need one more of this. So I said if this thing happened, what to do? Oh, I had this already. If this happened, what to do? Return yes, and escape character. As we know, this means next line. So let's go to the next line. Yes, and in parentheses at the start and at the end, or at end. Like let's do it like this, not the, at start and at end. So this is it. Now the next thing, else if about here you can be lazy. You should be lazy here to make it faster. So if it starts with, what to do? Return yes at start only. This part I don't need. And here I need another. Actually, I have an additional. I don't need this. Yeah. Oh, I need another one. Yeah. Okay. So yes, this is it, and I need another if. Here s dot end with. This yes at end, and in any other cases, so else return no. Okay, so this is it. What I said here, okay, I just return a string like this. Okay, if it was start and end with space, so just said yes at start and end. Else if it was start with, just say yes at start. If it was end with, it's yes and at the end, as I put it here. And this space is actually not good, I should remove. It doesn't matter. and in any other cases just return no. But let's see if I comment this part. What's gonna happen? I will face an error. Why? Because the method saying, the application saying us that how is it possible that this if we have three else if, like else if, so there is three conditions. So if none of these conditions would happen, none of these conditions would meet, what should I do? Because I am a string function and I have to return something. So when I don't have any of these conditions, what can I return? So yes, he's right actually. So we just should have this else, like no, because there is no other cases. If it start, and both, so else is enough here. So here is working. Now we have this function. So here my label name is L space dot text is equals to, I call this function start or end with space txt. So I send the text. So this is it. Now the next line here is for the words. Okay, so the words that I want to count, number of the words, we have a rule for this. Okay, let me just put my iPad up in a second. Okay, there is a big rule here that all of us know. Actually, most of us knowing this. It's very easy. Let's say, for example, we have a sentence like hello Mahdi and the world, right? We have this text right now here, as you can see, but let's count the spaces. This is one space, one, and one here. So it's 4 spaces here. We have this, and this, so 4 space. And how many words that we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Always the number of the words of a sentence is number of the spaces plus 1. So that's very obvious. Okay, so this is how we can count the words of one sentence. But we have a bigger problem about this. If we're gonna be, for example, hello Mahdi and the world, for example, right? So in this case, how many space that we have? Look at here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 space here, 1 space here, 2, 3 here, for example, and 2 here, and for example 1 at the beginning and 2 at the ending also. These are lots of spaces, and these spaces are redundant. We don't need them. This space we don't need, these 2 we don't need. The addition between these spaces, it should be removed. These should be removed, these should be removed, this also should be removed. So logically we need a method, okay, which remove the space, or whatever. Remove the space, or let's say additional space. So we need to delete all additional spaces. There we can actually, with the method, we can remove the space at the end and at the beginning with the trim, as we know. But these ones here, it will be hard to delete. So it would not be deleted with the trim. So we know that we need this function because we're gonna use this function for finding any word, for doing anything. We need this. Anyways, we need this function. It's gonna be called maybe a few times in our application, and we don't want to every time write that code, so we just make a method for just removing the additional spaces. Just one method for this. So this is one important thing. The another method that we need is counting the words. So basically we need to remove these additional spaces, and then in a method that it calls, for example, the words. Okay, in methods words, we just counting the spaces because it will be only one space everywhere. So we're gonna count them, and then it will be a number of words. This is pretty simple, right? It's very simple. So let's do it. I'm gonna close this. Okay. Let's move on. So I need a space remover. Here I'm gonna define it. And space remover, what should return? So it's obvious that it should return a string. It will return a string. So I'm saying here, let's choose a name for our thing. So public string, let's say space remover, and it has one input only. So string, again we can put s for being more convenient. So here what we should do, first of all, we deleting the beginning and the end, any spaces at the beginning and at the end. Remember, if we are not putting this, because I saw many people still have this problem, s.trim, it's doing nothing. It's just take this text, removing the spaces from beginning and at the end, and that's it, and it's not returning it, it's not giving it to anybody. So s will remain the same. For this, we should put s is equals to s.trim. Okay, in here it will be trimmed, and then went into the, put it into this variable, this s. So that's why we really should be careful about these kind of methods, because most of the methods are like this. Now let's go. So we need a for loop. I know Mr. Edip used the index of while the index of is not -1. Yes, that's the way, but this is the way that I'm doing it also, because I prefer to use it more simpler ways. When you do some bigger things with the smaller tools, is actually better. Like, it's just my idea. You can do that. You feel free to do it in any way that you want. So here I put s.length because this loop should be happened that many times. And then I including an if. What is my logic here? My logic is I'm saying if si let's say equals to space. So if I leave it like this, it's gonna be a problem. I want to say if this for example you find a space and the character next to it was also a space, then remove it. So, and here I should use and, because I need both of these conditions, criteria happening for sure. First, both of them happening. It's not like check this one and then if this one is happening. No, check both. That's why I'm putting and. And si plus 1, right, equals to space. Then what to do? Then let's say s is equals to s dot remove, again because I need to remove and put it again in the s. So I put in the remove what and from where? From this position, from I position, one character, and I need an I minus because I should come back. I will explain this. I will explain this soon. And okay, here it is. And I just want to return the s. Let's just first check it. right? So let's just make a message box for testing, okay? And I'm saying space remover txt. I want to see my text without the additional spaces. Okay, let's run the program. Let's say yes, the additional spaces are getting removed. So the next thing that I should do is counting the words, right? So I'm gonna count the words. Oh, first let me explain this part. Okay, I'm gonna explain this part, that what's going on in here. Let me just open my okay. Why we need this I minus minus? Let's say I have hello space 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 world. Okay, let's zoom in. So what's gonna happen? The application is going to search. Is it a space? No. Is it the next one space? No. Okay. Is it this one space? No. Is it the next one space? No. Is it this one space? No. Is it next one? No. Same here. Is it a space? No. Is it the next one? Yes, but it doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter. It comes to the next character that is here. So is it a space? Yes. Is it? Let's just putting it like this. Is it the space? Yes. Here, as you can see. Is this one space also? Yes. So now what to do? Now here, remove this. Okay, so I'm gonna remove this. Imagine that right now the application, the I, this I that we have here, okay, is on this index, right? Don't forget, it's on in this index. Now is removed, right? But the string is actually coming back from here. And then because the code is finished, its code is reached to here right now, as you can see in my mouse. So imagine this II is not here. So it code to reach to here and it removed. So it finish here and go to the again to the top. So and then I will be plus plus. So the I will be jumped to here. Let me come back to my iPad. Okay, the I will be jumped will be increased to here. So it will not be here anymore. It will be here. And then is it a space? Yes. Is it this one? Is it the next letter is space? No. So it will move to the next one, and it will remove, and then it will check the rest. So that's our problem. So we are saying that when you removed it, okay, and let's just come back. I'm saying, okay, it's this I is still here, So I'm saying now I minus minus. So just come back one home back, because it's gonna move to here to becoming here. So I'm saying come back one letter. So it will come back. So it will stay at the same spot. It will stay here again, and it will check again. This is a space, yes. Is it the next one space? Yes. So remove this. So you're gonna remove it, and the text will be shift, like coming back with one space. This is why we use here this I minus minus, which is very important, and without that it's not gonna work. Okay, now let's continue. Now we need the word function. We need that for the counting the words. So it's very easy. This time we need an integer. Okay, this time we just need an integer because we just coming back with one letter, like just one number we need. So we're gonna come back with just one integer method. So I'm gonna say public int, oh, the name, word, let's say, and we have one input, string s. So we have this right now, and we should return something. So about that, what can I do? I just need first call this function, like call this space remover to remove any additional space. So I'm saying s is equals to space remover s. So basically the text that we're getting, it will go through here and it will be removed and everything. So let's just change the s. Let's just put, for example, txt to not make any confusion. But that it's not gonna be any problem in application. Application knows that this s is not this s, but I'm just saying for the sake of reading, that the people can read it better. So here, and then we need a counter. Int counter equals to, for sure, 0. Do it like this. I less than txt.length for sure, and then here I'm gonna add a if. So I'm saying if and txt I is equals to space, okay, counter plus plus, and that's it. The counter will be count one more, and when it finish, return counter. And that's the whole idea. I can make it with while also. I can make it not with do while, but I can make it with while. It's also possible. I can use index of, but the same way again that Mr. Edip did, but this one is actually simpler. Next thing that we should do is calling the method to check that is it work or not. So let's come up here. I'm saying L words because the label name, the text, equals to words. txt, yes. What is the problem? Oh, dot to string, yes. Hello, awesome world, for example. Why I have only 2 and I don't have 3 number of words? Because the same reason that I explained. Here in the words, I should put counter plus 1. Because I told you that number of the spaces plus 1, it will be the words. So yeah, it's working, number of the words. Now I need only the number of letters. So what am I gonna do for the letters? Again, for the letters there is an issue. Okay, we don't want any signs like double quotation or like these kind of things count as letters. Okay, we just want numbers and letters. I didn't include it in the program, so we can actually, that's optional. You can do it if you want. But for now, I'm gonna make a function for these letters. Okay, I'm saying public. Let's say public. Again, it should be int because it's returning an integer. Public int letter. Let's say counter. Letter counter. And now I need what? I need an input, for example, like this. Now I need a counter. I need to first I need a counter. Int counter equals to 0, because it's a basic one. So the next thing that I want is, because it's counting the letters, so I don't need any space in it, I can actually just say like this: for I equals to I less than txt.length, I can do it like this: if txt I not equals to this counter plus plus oh. So now the counter is gonna plus plus, and I can return it. Return counter. And here I can say okay, the letters. L letters. No, L. Letters dot text is equals to letter counter txt dot to string for sure, because it should be string again. So I can do that, but in here it's also the parentheses, any other character will be counted, and I don't want that. Okay, here if you doing this, it's okay, because in homework I didn't say that you should remove this part. I didn't say that actually you should filter the input text, okay? But it would be better to do that, right? For that, I have one way. I have actually a few ways. One of the ways is make it switch and saying like, if you find, for example, space, don't count. If you, for example, find, I don't know, like double quotation, don't found, or remove, or make a function for it to just remove all of this. Okay, I can do that, but I can also do something easier, because I'm gonna use the letter counter, okay, and I'm gonna remove that other characters like this space, or like let's say the double quotation or anything, or dots, virgules or something, commas, instead of making another method for that. Okay, because if I'm doing another method, in another method I will remove everything and then call it to this letter counter, and what should I do? I should just, on that case, I should just say okay, call that remover, and then in this method the output dot length. So it's gonna be only one line here, so why I just gonna make another method out of it? So that's why I'm gonna actually write it inside of here. It's easier. So for that I have this for. Let's remove this part. I use an if, an else if, and another else if. I will use 3 else if for all of this, all of the character letters. It will be only numbers and letters counted only. How am I gonna do that? I'm gonna use the ASCII. Look, this is the ASCII table. You can find over the internet. Okay, it's a lot. Okay, each character, each letter has an ASCII code, as you can see here. Okay, from 48 to 57, okay, is the numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9. And from 65 to 90 is like big letters, and 97 to 122 is small letters, as you can see. So I don't want any other of these characters, or any other character at all will be count. Just I need these numbers. For that, what can I do? Guys, if you cast an integer, okay, sorry, and a string to int like this, okay, you will actually get the ASCII code. Let's just stop here for a second. Let me here to do it for you to see what I mean. I put in mbox, okay. Oh, what I did. Okay, here instead of, for example, this test, I want to message box, let's say int, oh, the caps lock is on, int what? Int, for example, a, no, sorry, txt 0, for example, this 0 character, that first character, and I put it dot to string. Let's just check it up. I put in only a, analyze. A is 97, and let's check it in that picture that I have, this photo. Small a, 97. See? This is that casting. Okay, this is the casting thing that I talk about. So here, let's remove this. We don't need this message box anymore. Okay. In here, I'm saying if int, okay, that int number, int what? Int txt I is bigger than 47. Why 47? I'm talking about here. It's bigger than 47. So it's not 47, bigger than 47, and I want to say less than 58. So 57 should be included also. So I'm saying this and really focus, because this is important. Int txt I less than what was the number? Oh, 57. 57, yeah. If it was this, what to do? Just, oh, I had this. What to do? Counter plus plus. Why I have this problem with counter? Okay, so I defined this range. Now I'm copying it. Here I'm saying else if. So because if you see closely, we have here from 0, from 48 to 57, and then 50. These characters are the characters that we don't want, right? It goes and it starts again with a big letter, so 65 started from 65. So here so I just changing the number, the code is the same, so I put in 64 to the maximum was, here the maximum is 90, so 91. And another else if. And why another else if? Okay, I have this from 96, okay, for smaller characters here. From 96 to 97 actually, sorry, to 122. So here I should be 96, here should be 123. I hope you understood what I mean here. I right now narrow it down. I set the application that if there will be this letter, that letter, for example, this txt I, okay, was between 48 and 57, or it was between 65 and 90, or between 97 and 122, put this counter up. Count that as a letter. Okay, this is a letter counter, really easy. And then when it's finished, return the counter. So the counter will be returned as a correct value of letter counter. So now let's check it out. If I put here let's just put something simpler. A, for example, B. Number of letters, only 2. And if I put, for example, a number here also, it will count. See? These letters being removed, and this space is not counted, these letters is removed. This is actually a nice function. So, okay, we did that. The last thing, for finding here. Guys, this is very simple. I don't know why people have problem with this. This is very simple. Look, we need to have a word here. We need to look it up in here. And there is a problem. If a user not click in any of these two, it should be case sensitive or not case sensitive. This is the first problem. Second thing is, we need to know if it case sensitive. Okay, so you should exact text that is gonna be inside of this text box should be find it here. If it didn't find it, it should say I didn't find it. Even if one letter will be different, it should not find it. It should give you an error. So it's very simple. So we have these two problems. I have an idea for this. First of all, let's get rid of the first problem. If user not clicking any of this, it should give an error. Okay, and if user do click on one of this, okay, so it should be understood to what to do, like case sensitive and not sensitive. So the first thing, I'm making a string S. I will tell you why I'm doing it like this. And I'm making a string original text. Okay, I have this right now, and let's say I put in if radio button 1 dot checked. It should be something happen here. Else, let's say else whatever, but this is wrong, because what if it will be a click on another another part, like no click at all, if it would be no click at all. So this else should be for that. I'm putting another if here, but else if here, and I'm saying if radio button 2 dot checked. Okay, do something here. And else, for example, message box or whatever. So this is actually our function, right? But this is our filter, sorry, this is our filter. Now I'm going to do something. Radio button 1, what is represent case sensitive, right? So I'm saying S is equals to exact text, the text that we have. Text box 1, text box 2 dot text. So this text and original text will be equals to text box 1 dot text. So I put text box 2 in S and text box 1 in original text. So if the radio button 1 dot checked, but if the radio button 2 dot checked, because as I explained in string functions on the previous video, I said when we want to comparison two things together, or like, I don't know, find something inside of something else or something, when we don't care about smaller or bigger, the letters, the smaller or bigger, we convert them to the same thing. So say a lower or bigger, so I put into lower, for example, or it can be to bigger also, but here should be the same. I mean, text box 1, the text, it should be to lower. This one should be also to lower also, because we're going to use the contain, and we should find this text inside of this text. So we're putting both of them to lower to be equal in this situation. So nothing here gonna change. In this text box, nothing gonna change. But in here, in the program, that's why I put s dot. I made a variable here. In the program, in background, this s will be lower, and this text will be, every letters will be lower also. So the comparison will be without any difficulty about lower or bigger. So this is it. Let's leave the else for now. Let's leave the else. Now, I tell you why. Now I'm saying if. Very easy. Original text dot contain. I teach you that, and Mr. Eddie also teach that. That's very easy. Contains s. Contains, it means look at the text and find this one. So if this is going to be true, as I explained, this will return true or false. So if it's gonna be like this, do what? Label, what is the name of this label? This is label 7, I think. Yes. Okay, label 7 dot text. Now what I want to be printed, word, and I need this double quotation, that like this character I need. But why I cannot put it? Because this is one of that forbidden characters. For making that, we need an escape character, as I teached before. We're using this at before this double quotation, and it tell the application that print it. Don't count it as a usual. Don't count it as usual. So I have it here. Plus, right now it should be outside of this. Plus what? Plus text box 2 dot text. I'm not putting here. I'm not putting s. Why I'm not putting s? Because imagine in this text box I have my name is Mahdi, and Mahdi is with a big M. And here I putting small m. Okay, and I'm saying it's case sensitive. I want exact text inside of this text box shows in this label. I want exact text. So that's why I don't want, for example, this to lower or to upper. I want exact text to be here at all, like just to be printed. So plus, I need another of this character. Oh, sorry, to this letter. So a quotation. And I can say if this is contains this one, found that. Okay, should be here. Found it. Now I need a position. At the position here is not obligatory, but the position is actually, I think it was obligatory. I don't remember that. Doesn't matter. I'm just gonna do it, whatever. Do it anyways. Plus original text. Now I need the original text. Depends on which option that we choose. The original text is different. The original text either it will be to lower everything or original by original, and the s also will be to lower or just the same. So original text dot index of, not insert, sorry, index of the, thank you very much for not showing it to me. Index of what? Index of s. Okay, original text index of s, but it's integer is coming. It's return an integer, so I need to make it toString. toString plus finishing the sentence with one dot. Okay, this is it. I know it's a bit long, but it's actually shows everything. If you didn't understand, stop the video, put back a bit, and repeat this part because it's very important. So now we have here. I need to actually edit this code. Still, it's not complete. But anyways, now I'm gonna use else. So I said if it was contained, say that yes, it contained, we found the thing. If it's not contained, label so in the text, the word is not founded. Not founded, and that's it. And I don't need any of this. Okay, this is it, right? Actually, no. Think. We still didn't do anything about if user didn't choose any of these two. Okay. About that, I told you I need to show an error. But if in this else I'm saying show an error, inbox, whatever. For example, here is an error. The application will go and run these ones also. So it will be eventually these lines happening. That's not the thing that I want. I want to stop the application, stop this part of the code if it would be an error. For that, it's better to use like an on-off switch, as I told you, like Boolean, let's say error is equals to false. Why? There is no error, so it's false. This is our default assumption. If none of these things happened, here instead of showing a text message, okay, just put error equals to true. And here I'm using another if, and I'm saying if error. It means if error was equals to true. Okay, then make that message box. I'm putting inbox, and I'm saying here please choose the case sensitivity. It will be the caption will be error, and message box buttons that okay, and message box icons will be an error. So okay, so if error, do this. Else, if it was contained, do this. Else else I can actually put it, yes, I don't need any other else anymore. So I'm saying if it was an error, show this. So if how it can be an error, the error will be happen a time that we pushing this button, none of these radio buttons checked. And think about it, when we click again the button, the Boolean error will be again generated and it will be false, so it will continue again from the beginning. So we will not facing any other problem for that. And when here it will the application will understand what to do, and if it was an error, it will be an error here. So here first, if it was an error, do this. We should put this if at first. If I change this position to here, I put if the original text contained that s doing this, else if error, show the error. So no, that's wrong, because we need first there will be the first condition that should be checked, that if there is an error, give an error immediately. So that's the thing, and we don't run the others. The last thing is about the colors that I told you that it's not obligatory. That part I'm sure that I said it's not obligatory. label 7 dot for color, not find form, label, yes, for color equals to color. You should choose color first, dot, for example, green. Here is dot green, and here is, let's say, dot red. One more thing that I said, that you should highlight the text. Like, we can actually make it make the application to highlight the text also. If it found the text, highlight it in the text box. How we can do that? There is something that you probably don't know. We're making first putting the focus to our text box. I will explain what is it. And then there is a text of text box 1 dot text. No, not dot text, sorry, dot select. Dot select. Select what? Here we should say select what. As you can see here, select int start, int length. So from the start to the end, from the start, and how many characters. So I'm saying the reason that I'm doing this is because the changes, the necessary changes, has been already made to original text. So the program is working correctly here. Okay, the last thing that we should actually program is this button here, the clear button and the exit button. Okay, it's very easy. So I will just put the label's name and text box name and do that. For example, I put text box 1 dot clear, so I can do that, which is clear everything. And these labels name that I actually hide them, this labels name, and put them that text is clear. So just I will paste the code here that I have here. So I will actually make everything clear. And also the checkbox, I want to remove any option, radio button, sorry, radio buttons, I mean radio button dot checked equals to false. And here also the second one. So basically right now our application should work because it's over. If I put here space, hello, my name is Mahdi, and I put a few spaces at the end also, and I put analyze. So I would have 5 words, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and the letters are 18. It will be correct. And length of the text is 37 is correct. Yes, at start and at the end the spaces is correct. And if I want to find, for example, letter is, if I put here is and I put find, it will be an error because I didn't choose any case sensitivity. So if I say case sensitive, it will find and it will focus it for me. And if I put not case sensitive, also right now, so it should work. But if I put here with big S and I said find, it will say word big S not founded. And here actually about everything, the only new thing that I teach to you about this, and exit also is like this dot closed, you know that. The only thing that it was new is focus, which focus is actually a function that it gives the focus of the application on something. If I here I put hello world, if I put here for example world and I put find, you see right now it's got blue is highlighted because the focus of the application right now is on this text box. If I click here, it will go away. That's the whole thing that I wanted you to know. So thank you very much, and I'm sorry that this video was long. I tried it so hard to make it short, but I had to say it very slowly, and everyone should have understand what I'm saying about this. So good luck a new homework will be out soon, and also the new video about our class also will be very soon. Take care of yourself and farewell.